And hello there. Ha ha ha.
Hi guys.
I think that's you and you.
And hello there.
We have sound.
Do you have sound there?
The sound chick has done the sound check.
Yes, I have. Now I can sit down.
All right, so I really didn't prepare for today. I was ambushed by the cats.
He was.
It's not my fault. Well, it is. It is my fault. It's all my fault. But I was ambushed by the cats. But I wanted to talk about building it, so to speak. And the fact that you all right?
That was you.
Oh.
I'm muting things.
Oh, okay. Building it and people showing up. So what that really means is the type of time it takes for something to really catch on. Now, granted, I'll be completely honest. There is this thing called being viral that happens. Viral acceptance onto things just means it comes on like a virus. It just spreads real fast. It gets accepted real fast, and it's it's a trend. It's something that ends up sticking around for a while. That's a completely other set of dynamics. But in the off occasion, sometimes things just take off. And perfect example, the Bernie meme from the inauguration. I mean, literally overnight, it was everywhere. Now, granted, that's not really a business. The only person who really made anything of that financially would be Bernie himself, who donated all that money to feeding people in Vermont. Good for him. I mean, it's a noble thing to feed people. Not saying that he's not exorbitantly wealthy to begin with, and he should have just been feeding people anyway, because that's generally how his personal philosophy works. If you're not willing to walk the walk, why are you bothering to talk the talk? So if you build it, they will come eventually, unless you have a really, really bad idea. And this is the worst part about doing a business, is that you never know if it's really a good or really a bad idea until you've already invested a lot of time in it. So initially, if in the world pre-internet digital business, up until I would say probably about 2010-ish, if you built a brick and mortar store, you were waiting 3 years before you had any type of profitability. Period. If you were not wealthy enough to own a business, then you weren't owning a business, because it was going to take about 3 years for full adoption to happen and for you to be able to turn a profit. And that's not the case anymore. The internet has democratized, so to speak, the whole art of being in business itself. All right, listen, that spot on my head is really bright. So, with that said, we really need to then take a look at the market research. And I did look at this for a previous Theory Thursday that I just abandoned the idea on. So I do have some material in this noggin. So currently, without the consideration of viral content, All right, and without the consideration of having a physical store. It takes about a year for adoption to really take place before you really know whether or not what you're doing is going to work at all. It's one of the reasons why early on in this whole podcasty type of thing. There we go. We'll put this down here so no one can see it, but well, no one can really see it, but then it doesn't block Don's face. How's that sound? It takes about a year before adoption really occurs. So you have to do what you're doing for a year. And this is one of the reasons why in earlier casts I had suggested trying to find the cheapest or the closest to free options as far as getting involved in business. When you get involved in your business, you want your costs to be as minimal, just like in a brick and mortar business, except with digital businesses, the overhead is even less. I mean, the internet connection that you're already using sees the memes production. When ta-da, there's Vinny with some punnage. What was I saying? Oh man, freight train right off the tracks. So it allows people who you're already going to have an internet connection 99% of the time, and that's like the allure of that whole laptop lifestyle that entrepreneurs are talking about. You don't even really have to have an internet connection so much as just be where there is one, and you can easily be involved in digital business. Does this cause a flooding of? Thank you, Donna.
You're welcome.
As I said, I was ambushed by cats.
You do it. So.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's some good coffee. So your costs are near zero as far as like a digital business is concerned. So as long as you're willing to keep putting in the time and the effort, which technically doesn't, it costs you, it costs your time, it costs your effort that has value. But as long as you're willing to continue producing that time and effort in the act of generating your business, then you, after a year, you know where you're going to pretty much stand. It's hours of selfless promotion. What a lot of people are actually starting to realize, what a lot of people are starting to experience, is what happens to artists, musicians, most of the time. Most of the time, artists, musicians, they are playing for nothing, they're painting for nothing, they're creating for nothing. The way our society rewards people who are involved in the arts is it doesn't. It provides for people who are useful, and despite the fact that art is very useful, the social stigma is that you could be fixing cars or repairing refrigerators or blah, 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 instead of creating art. Art is a hobby, as far as many people are concerned, as opposed to a wealth-generating tool. I think that's an important distinction. Currently now, not so much, because we can't really do live shows, we can't do gigs, and can't really do art shows or anything like that.
Bazaars.
None of that stuff actually works right now in the way that our world is organized.
Outside the normal construct of pre-COVID world.
Yes, we have apparently crossed the threshold to this non-pre-COVID world, for whatever that's worth. Not much. I'm going to say this right now. Not much. It sucks.
Yeah.
But anyhow, a lot of digital marketers are actually coming in contact with that type of experience. And as far as does that mean that's going to change how people view musicians, people view artists and stuff like that? I don't really know, because time will tell. But you always have to take that first step. All the market research points at a year for digital businesses to become profitable. And considering their very low, almost zero cost of getting into business and getting involved, taking a year seems like it's a long time, but you have to realize the reason why it takes 3 years for something that costs 10,000 times the cost that it takes to get into digital business.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they can form a personal relationship. And one of the things that the market research in time versus profitability is that the people who make it and the people who make it before that 1 year mark have all managed to be very personable with every single one of their customers. They know who they are, they know where they're coming from, and they have a personal connection with them, which is one of the reasons why I always promote: give us video, tell us your story, tell us why you're in business. Come on Feature Focus Friday, tell us your story, tell us why you're doing what you're doing, tell me all about it. That why is the reason why people go to you as opposed to somebody else.
Yeah.
And if you were paying attention, coming around full circle to it's so cheap to be in business as a digital business, that there's a larger playing field here than there is in the brick and mortar world.
Right. Especially when you look at all the costs involved in the overhead and inventory.
So these are things to keep in mind. You want to be in business as soon as possible because you want to start that timer as soon as possible. You want to also have a personal relationship with your customers, whether it's via videos, not so much something like this, but on your page having like a short video talking about your business, you showing that passion, the explaining how you feel it helps society, it helps the community, it helps, because you can't say I'm in business because I want to make a lot of money. Does that work? I don't think that works. It works when you go on Shark Tank to say, well, I want to do this because I want to make a lot of money, and you have a feasible plan, then they're going to back it because it makes a lot of money. But if you want to get money from people who are not exorbitantly rich and only care about making more money for themselves, you generally have to explain how your business benefits humanity as a whole. It's an important thing in business that a lot of people seem to have forgotten about circa, the 1980s. That crazy decade all those years ago. 40 years ago.
I'm not even talking about it, man.
I'm old. I'm old. All right. Anyway, so get your business started now. And when I say get your business started, I don't mean grab an LLC, grab your licenses, or whatever you need to be in business. What I mean by that is grab your digital real estate, start promoting yourself on Facebook, even if you're not 100% ready. If you're at least 50% of the way there.
Domain names are really inexpensive, and you can buy a domain name and not even buy accompanying hosting. You don't
Right.
have to build a website. You can just have a parking page that remains stagnant until you're ready to go.
Right. That's the wonderful world of WordPress.
Yeah.
You'll notice the network has a WordPress page. Bard and Broad has a WordPress page. My personal writing stuff has a WordPress page. The only page that I have that's under my 100% control, that is actually a paid-for page, is my online tutoring for music creation. And the only reason really why I went with that is because it's my professional business. It's like if I'm going to be putting all of the effort in to put out all of those free resources in order to drive people to come talk to me for an hour and learn about music creation in potentially weeks of successive one-on-one sessions, I need to have something there for them to really want to know that I know what I'm talking about. And that's the main reason why I give away all those free resources, but also because 99% of the people I'm really targeting are not new players. They're people who already play instruments and already have a basic to intermediate grasp of musicianship before they can really benefit from music creation. And if they don't, the goal is to try to build them up to the point of intermediacy with free resources before they really start deep delving into the world of how do I want to put it? Because I want to put it a certain way. Intentional music creation. There you go. Not just noodling around. Oh, that sounds great, and then just keep going with it.
Yeah.
That's incidental. I want people to intentionally create music because the way I view music creation is it's your voice, and I can run around screaming random words, or I can craft sentences that convey information, convey feeling.
Yeah.
Composition. So there's that. But the reason why we put all of those WordPress pages out is because we do still have the option. Always we have the option to make those into hosted personal pages that no longer carry the .wordpress tag. And it's not that the .wordpress tag is unprofessional. It's just not as professional. It's like the difference between, you
want to be easily found.
Oh, you want easily to be found? Ha 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 ha! Beat you to it, Vinny.
But yeah,
you want to be easily found. But the whole thing is you want the it's not that WordPress isn't professional. It's that it's obvious that you're putting the least amount of skin in the game, and that reflects in your time, the time it's going to take for your business to start generating profits for you.
you might want to grab it and, you know, polish it up and take your time with it before you want to, you know, make that decision if you want to.
Well, of course, that's
That's the beauty of
reason.
it,
That's
yeah.
the beauty of it. That like with all of the .wordpresses that we have,
Mhm.
the reason why we don't go full steam ahead with everything is because we don't really. It's not really like a requirement,
Yeah.
and we can wait on those. We can generate interest. We can show we're not going anywhere. With ILMT, oh look, Vinny is happy. We can. I'm showing with ILMT that I'm willing to put my skin in the game. And if you saw how long it takes to actually make those videos and those handouts and stuff like
Yeah.
you would understand. I don't have enough memory space to make a video of how much time I spent, and now I'm just reshooting everything because I realized that I have better technology and I have better faculties to really explain and go deeper into what I was trying to
Right.
explain in those initial
Previous.
training videos. So yeah, sucks to be me on that one. But the other thing is we do have another paid site, so that's a
Which I'll be talking with those folks here
right
in the next
right
few days. Be
Um,
like, can I just change this?
maybe
Yeah, I
or
think I can.
maybe I just talk to
Mhm.
Tisdale and step up the Shopify thing and let Tisdale take a look. We gotta talk about that later.
Yep.
That reminded me of something we have to talk about later. And maybe you heard them. Anyway, so yeah, but the fact is that you have to be a lot more active on your free resources, on your at no cost resources, than you do on your at cost resources. Your at cost resources show that you are actively there because you're paying for it. I mean, unless you have hundreds of thousands of dollars in income a year and you don't give a shit about throwing it away. By the way, we do have a store. If you have hundreds of thousands of dollars of income, you don't mind throwing money away.
Buy some tank tops.
Buy some tank tops and make all the women in your life wear them.
Yes, they're beautiful.
I also have baseball caps. Eventually, I'm going to get one. Not that I like wearing baseball caps. I actually don't like wearing them at all. But it's the only real hat other than the beanie. And I wear beanies when I'm cold and I'm home. I'm not going to wear it here.
Right.
I mean, I'll wear it to and from work, but I got that other one that's really nice. I really like it. It's super soft and super warm.
It is.
But anyway,
Ridiculous.
yeah. So
It is a wonderful, tool. Another tool that's great for what it is. I mean, for non-proprietary, I can't even speak.
Non-proprietary.
Yeah. So, yeah, for free, for no cost.
The password is. Fuck. Proprietary.
You start thinking about it. And
Yeah, then the word gets
stumble.
ridiculous. Like roads.
Ridiculous.
All right, so these are the things. These are the formulas so far for being involved and being successful faster in the digital marketplace. Be present. Have your story. You know, the personal aspect of your business is more important than most people realize. Have your digital real estate. Have all of that together. It doesn't necessarily need to be paid digital real estate, but paid is always going to be seen as more professional, and it will be faster if people understand that you have skin in the game and you're you're willing to put your money where your mouth is. Of course, be professional. And granted, if I was not ambushed by kitties, I would actually be wearing one of those nice shirts that I got, but you get Optimus Prime.
Nothing wrong with Optimus
I
Prime.
do like this shirt, but
It is a nice shirt.
but when I'm looking at it in there, I can't not be reminded of Magic Kingdom. Definitely look like that. I was like, wait, I am wearing Optimus Prime. Why is Cinderella's castle on my fucking chest? Anyway, needless to say, all right, so where were we?
Real estate, digital.
Real estate, presence, personal story, and what you're producing. There's no reason why you shouldn't be the person who knows the most about your business. Now, that's not to say that people don't know more about the same type of business, but nobody should know more about your business than you. You absolutely need to be on top of that game. That's where your passion really shines through. You can tell everybody how passionate you are about creating widgets, but if you don't know jack and shit about widgets, or you don't know jack and shit about your widgets,
I just sell them to sell them.
right?
Nobody wants to.
Drop shippers, they make a lot of money, and the only reason why drop shippers make money is because they really backdoor into some drop shippers make a lot of money, to be fair, but they backdoor into someone else's production line, and that's all well and good. It's definitely a strategy, but when push comes to shove, most drop shippers, unless they are really all about the products that they're selling, they have zero knowledge. It would be like, if I went into business selling accordions, I know jack and shit about that. All right. I don't know very much about accordions except, how they operate.
He hates them. Don't listen to him. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. So,
kind of.
But it would
hitting
shine
bellows. Never mind. Accordion.
bellows the belt.
Yes.
So it would shine through that I really have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to selling accordions. I don't know how they're tuned, in what sense they're tuned, or what have you. I have no idea. And if I were to get involved with like an accordion maker, if I didn't take the time to really study and get the knowledge, well, everyone will be like, yeah, but he doesn't know jack and shit. He's just selling so-and-so's accordions. So that's another key factor, is really, knowing your business more than anybody else does. Now, to be completely fair, things like my business, and I'm going to use a personal example here, the ILMT. I am not the best musician on the planet by a long shot. By a long shot. Am I intermediate at more than half of the instruments I play? Yeah. I am absolutely intermediate level at every almost every instrument I play. The cajon, I would consider myself like a beginner at, but it's a very simple instrument. It's not that you can't do great things with a cajon, but it's really not something difficult to get to like the intermediate level. I just really haven't spent as much time on that as I've been meaning to. I will be, because some asshole's got to shoot classes involving it. I'm some asshole. There are people who know more than me. Absolutely. There are people who know, who approach things differently than me. And that's really where my in comes with teaching music, is that I have my own perspective. a lot of people they focus 100% on learning other people's music, learning why it's great, and then using it as an influence to create your own music. And that it's philosophically, I have a difference of opinion of that. Do you want to learn other people's music? Okay, yeah, sure. Do you want to learn how they do the things that they do? Okay, yeah, sure. But replicating that music and then using you as a translator for what they're feeling, I don't think that that's necessarily communicating your own message. All right, so in that sense, I have like this outside in coming into music education, because I have not yet seen a single person who does music education where the sole focus is you creating your own music, you telling your story with your own musical voice, and that's the allure I hope will in time pan out to being an income that is dependable, secure, and stable. But that, again, back to the beginning of the video, takes time. So you have to be patient with it. You can't go, I'm not turning $100 a week after a month's worth of work. I saw entrepreneurs telling you, give them 30 days and they'll make your business multi-million-dollar. Maybe, but I don't have the thousands of dollars to spend on digital marketer courses, and then all of the stuff that entails enacting all of the things that they say. Do people have that ability? Sure. Do they have that time? Sure. I just don't, and I don't think the average person does. So we have to do this the long way, and the long way involves time. So you have to be really kind with your business, be kind with yourself, and realize that you are going to take a lot of emotional beating over your business. I know Tabs, who's I think still here, can attest to this 100%. Nothing's more disheartening than the people that you've been in your circle, your family, your friends, and stuff like that. Talking shit about your business when you're trying to start out. It's demoralizing, but you really have to keep your eyes focused on that prize and know that prize comes with time. And I mean, is it a guarantee? Nothing in this world is guaranteed. Tomorrow a meteor can go crashing into the earth and none of this will ever matter. But for now, it does. For now, it's something. Time works in a linear fashion for most people. So if you keep working at it, eventually it will pay off. There are bad business ideas. Salmon smoothies.
Yeah.
Don't do salmon smoothies. It's not a good idea. I don't think salmon and milk cold really taste good together.
Up there with the chocolate hummus.
Chocolate hummus.
That's a direct
shot
at Amy.
That's a direct shot at Amy of Bloomington,
Indiana. She's a weird friend of mine, but yeah. Anyway.
Monkey, what you doing? I hear you.
Plotting.
Donna, take the helm.
But yes, once you get your digital real estate, like securing a domain name, there are so many different hosting companies out there. In the past, I've used Fat Cow, which was solely based green energy using wind farms or something. But that was a number of years ago, and I found that Namecheap is actually one of the more decent and reliable hosting companies that I've used. I've used GoDaddy, which I'm not a big fan of, to be honest. And OJ and Milk is. I don't know about that, man. Are you pregnant?
Vince, you are not allowed to ever cook for me ever in your entire life. Ever. Also, on the whole domain hosting services, Namecheap actually has come up more often than not as a very reliable and very cost-efficient service. So just keep that in mind, that Namecheap, lots of people actually like them, not just us. So if anyone from Namecheap is ever going to watch this, shameless plug for your business.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys. I mean, I use it to build other people's websites as well. So,
Migrants
it's a great
for Kokesh.
It is a great service, and you can utilize your WordPress through them.
Bob Kern for council person or whatever.
Bob Kern for fill in the blank.
Bob Kern for political office of the week.
Love you, Bob. Sorry.
It was funny.
But he's very tenacious in his
pursuit of political.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, why would you?
But yeah, I mean, it is a great service that I don't think that I'll be utilizing anybody else's. I know that I use it for didactic space and
the defunct other thing.
The other thing that
shall not be named, that I'm very still upset about the fact that that's still a thing.
Maybe we will talk to the fine folks here soon, but we will have a powwow about that later.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Off air.
So it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has.
I think we can.
I think we've covered all those bases.
Safely say that we pretty much covered the theory of time and business.
Yes.
Again, as always, hey.
Hi.
Be kind with yourself when it comes to your managing your expectations on profitability. It's not going to be an overnight sensation. Well, in most cases, it's not going to be an overnight sensation. And even if it is, in order to really remain in business, you have to keep up that pace. So
it's just as an important investment as the materials you utilize for creating your content, your art, your business, whatever it may be. So it is, of the essence, time.
Yeah. So I apparently have been accosted again.
Yes. Little Patsy Cline.
Chonkus.
Queen Chonkus.
You want to give them a meow?
So I don't want to tear up the microphone.
No, I don't.
I want to attack it.
I'm hungry.
I'm going to attack the shirt.
Is the shirt edible?
Is it foods? Is it noms?
I know. I don't think you can actually hear her, but like when she purrs, she grunts like a little piggy. Just saying.
It is quite cute.
Her just general existence is effort. Just in case anyone like Tara's watching, her existence is effort. I know you feel that. Maybe I'll make that into a meme.
Oh, that needs to be a shirt.
Ooh, yeah. My existence is effort.
have her posing. Yeah, little bulldog stance.
All right. Thanks, guys. We have some stuff to brainstorm about apparently now. So,
Shirts the bill.
everybody, have a great day. Stay safe out there, and we will see you tomorrow with Mr. Vince Easley
Yes. Woo.
of RLM Radio with his new podcast series.
Yeah.
Podcast series.
This new radio series, American Dissonance. So I look forward to having him on, and we'll probably jump on the horn here in a little bit and chat with him and
I'll make dinner.
brainstorm after dinner. So
All right. I'll make dinner if you want to get on the horn with him while I'm cooking. That's
okay,
cool too.
that sounds like a
We can
plan.
multitask because I got
Yeah.
Bard and Broad tonight
Ah,
at
yes!
8:00,
Yeah.
where I am supposed to be getting a musical guest coming from some place that is not in my apartment, so that we can actually test that whole connectivity thing
Latency.
and see how our latency is. So finally, after 2 months of having Bard and Broad up, I finally got somebody to get their shit together. Not that anybody else doesn't. He just didn't have his shit together because he was remodeling his home, and he now has a studio, which is I have Studio Envy. His studio is bigger than ours,
oh man!
but he also has a drum kit in his studio.
I got Studio Envy.
But he plays drums, so
Well, yeah.
so having drums is kind of required.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try and get him on. I'm gonna see how latency works via StreamYard into, Donna's going to have to be there with the cans on the entire time. So we're probably better off having that conversation while I'm cooking and stuff like that, because
Right.
once 8:00 rolls around, I got to
It's
get him
gonna
in there.
be, yep. Busy.
Hey, CJ.
CJ.
Just for everyone to know, this is not that CJ.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
This is Iowa CJ. This is like the nicest CJ I know. He's like literally the
Oh,
nicest
nice
human being.
CJ. Okay.
But he's also like 6'6".
Okay.
He's big,
He
giant, tall drink of water. I hope you're happy and healthy there, CJ. And who's Mitch Spencer? Do you know who's
Huh?
Mitch Spencer?
Oh yeah. Hi, Mitch.
Hi, Mitch.
Friend of mine. How you doing this evening?
Teddy bear at heart. Yeah, that's CJ. Big giant teddy bear.
Aw.
Well, I hope you're healthy. I'm not going to share CJ's business on the show, but he had some health concerns, and well, I'm always pulling that everything's going well, and Mitch is chilling with the kids.
Oh. Fun.
But again, yes, cancer sucks.
Yeah, it does.
That's
I agree. It
uh,
devastates so many
yeah.
lives.
Well, him and his wife are a super strong team. So, all right, I have to go make dinner, and we need to have a chit chat with Vince, and then I've got to get my shit together for Bard and Broad to test this latency and do maybe some drum and bass, or maybe do some bass and guitar, or maybe I'll pop on the cajon while he's playing guitar. I don't know. We'll probably just
Play it by ear.
just do a bunch of just weird shit. So come and watch weird shit with two other people that may sound completely out of time with each other. I don't know yet.
You might want to take a no. Just kidding.
You might want to do a hit of acid first,
I'll let you say it.
just so that it sounds good. I'm just saying.
You never know. It's all experimental.
So yeah, it's we're actually gonna be able to engage in this experiment so that I know whether or not. Now, granted, he's local to me, so that might have an effect. I still am eager to get somebody on the West Coast. I would also be eager to get somebody on the other side of the planet, but that's just a whole time constraint thing too. On
Yeah.
top of that, so
Get
baby
the pin on
steps.
the armpit or something.
baby steps, right? We're gonna do someone who lives in Central Florida tonight, and maybe possibly we'll get Sherry and Wamba over in California to get on StreamYard so that we can test latency across the entire United States, and then I got to find somebody, I guess, in Australia.
Maybe China. Got so many fans in
Diane.
China. Oh yeah.
Maybe I can talk my old friend Diane Tombarello, who happens to be living in Australia, who plays guitar, to come on Bard and Broad with me, so I can test latency with the entire other side of the planet. Maybe. I mean, I'll have to ask her first. So everybody, again, stay safe. Do your best, I guess. And have a great night. And I will be back on in an hour and 45 minutes with Bard and Broad.
Bye, guys. Gordy the cat.
Yeah.